Hi, everyone. Bill Wrenchler in the 1011 Now streaming studio. Thanks for jumping in and joining us. It's Wednesday. That means it's Crime Stoppers Day. And today, excited to have Captain Aaron Pembleton with UNL Police Department in the house. Yep. Last time we talked, campus was starting to kind of come to life. There was some move-ins for sororities and fraternities. But now, it's mid-September.
Yeah. They are all back. The Huskers are back. We've been week after week after week, so it's good. We're in full swing.
Campus is buzzing.
Yes, it is. Lots of people.
Has it been a pretty busy start to the semester for you guys?
Not too bad. I mean, it's a lot of different things that we deal with on campus, but it's just, I mean, for us, it's a light switch. They're not there one day, and then they're all back. And so you have to be ready to have your track shoes on and try to keep up with them.
As a parent, I'm imagining it like with my wife and my two kids are, out doing something, grocery store, going to the park, and I'm sitting home alone enjoying, just kind of some quiet time. And then all of a sudden I hear the garage door go up, and then it's just a bum rush into the house.
It is, yes. That's how we feel. Yep,
okay, all right.
For sure.
So, again, if you're new to the program at all, Crime Stoppers, if you see the cases on this segment, we're looking for a little bit of help, some clues, directions, tips to get some of these cases cleared and solved. And again, I know from talking with Captain Baker before you joined us that bike thefts are one of the biggest issues that you guys have on campus, and so we actually have two of those today.
Yep, and it's still one of those things of where are they located, right? Like if you're a criminal and you're looking for something, where could I go to find it? I mean, and if you're looking for bikes, unfortunately for the student populace, that they're on campus, right? There's thousands of them that come to campus pretty quick, and so they just know it's kind of where's the fish in the barrel for us, and so we try to do our due diligence and monitoring and all kinds of stuff, but we can't be everywhere all the time. So
this, and in some cases it's not necessarily the whole bike.
It is, right? Yeah.
And in this first case, this gentleman that we see here, he does not take the whole bike. He just takes a tire. So kind of walk us through this gentleman, what we do know about him, and what we want to. What else we do want to know?
Yeah, he was seen coming onto campus, and again, like as you mentioned, he just took the front tire off a bike, and so we're looking for him to try to talk to him and wrap this case up. Again, comes on wearing red shirt, jeans, is seen on camera coming up, manipulating the bike, and then you see him walk off carrying the tire. So, it's one of those things we try to educate people to. If you're going to lock your bike up with the way, it's kind of a double-edged sword. They make it so easy to be able to work on your bike with all the quick release stuff and everything like that. But if you don't lock it up right, the criminal aspect also understands it takes me 2 seconds to take your front tire. And so if they find a bike that only has the front tire locked up, they quick release walk off with that part of the bike, and then they just wander around till they find a bike that doesn't have the front tire locked up properly. They can pop that up. Now they have a complete bike, and now we have two victims that don't have a functional bike, right? And so we always try to tell people, go through the A-frame, go through the front tire, lock it to the rack, hopefully with a nice U-bolt lock, because that makes it hard. And you'll see in the second one that the person doesn't take too long to get the other bike we're going to talk about. But, just wandered onto campus, and this was back on the 30th of August, so not too long ago. So again, I mean, this is when this one happened. So if you have any details on this person, we'd be grateful to get some intel, get some info, so we can go have a discussion with this person.
And so looks like an older, doesn't necessarily look like a student.
Yep, not the student populace, doesn't seem like.
But glasses, white male, jeans, red T-shirt there, brown-ish hair.
Yeah.
Can't really tell, but so again, seen that person walking around. I'm assuming this was city campus?
Yep, this was on city campus.
City campus, okay. And again, then you see the picture of the bike here. I know it can be a pain probably for students. A lot of times they're in a hurry, they're late for class, they're meeting up with their friends. I assume, I've never locked up a bike before, certainly probably in the way that it needs to be. Yeah. It probably takes a minute or two to kind of get it all configured.
And it depends on the type of rack you're at too. Sometimes it's a little bit struggle to get everything to lock up how you want, but it is, if you want to make sure, as we've talked about if you want to be your best advocate for safety, even for your property safety, take that extra time and try to get it. And if you're questioning how you should, you can always stop by our police department downtown, and we'll show you how it should be locked up if you have questions on what it should look like.
And so if folks think they know, maybe have a guess as to maybe who this might be, or have had issues maybe with this person in the past or with their bikes themselves, what's the best way for them to get in touch with you?
Yep, they can always reach out to us for the at our dispatch at the 402-472-2222. Just dial 2 for blue. You can go to LincolnCrimeStoppers.com or use the P3 app. And again, if you want to be eligible for the reward, you got to go through the app.
And so, the P3 app, I think, has always been Jared Mary's favorite.
Yeah.
I know it's one of your guys' favorite, where you can just have that one follow-up question to get that extra piece of information.
Because we can, I think between the app, we can communicate back to the person that leaves it. So it allows us to do that if we have hey, you mentioned this, but we're not finding this. Can you maybe give us some more details or something like that? So.
And so case number 2, also a bike theft, but this individual that we see in this picture here, because there is also, and this is very strange, a meter reader from LES that was stolen in the area.
Yep.
And we think these two things are connected.
Yep. He definitely wandered around a little bit. He actually rides up on a bike, and he then gets off the bike, finds a shovel, breaks open the box, takes the meter reader, steals this bike, and then rides off. And then he comes back later to get the bike that he originally...
Well, he didn't want someone to steal his bike.
Yes, right, yeah. He can't leave his bike there. Yeah, but yeah, so he wandered around a little bit. Again, on city campus, back the first part of August, around the 8th. And not sure what he's going to do with the meter reader, but it's kind of an expensive item. But he did take that, unsure of his plans with that. I mean, and it did leave a dangerous situation for students, for other people, because the wires that were attached to this were still live.
Yeah.
So it could have caused some issues. So the individual's kind of maybe lucky that nothing happened to him when he was trying to remove it. But he did
taking a shovel to it.
Yeah, he did was able to remove it and get it. So yeah, so we're looking for him. Looks like he has like an oversized gray shirt, baggy shorts. But again, this was in the area of the Pembleton research area, so that like 22nd and Vine-ish area is where this kind of happened. So yeah, if this person looks familiar to you, and you've seen this person around in that area, again, use the app, call us, talk to us, and maybe we can figure out who this guy is.
Or if your buddy's like, hey, check out my new meter reader.
Right,
I got in my room. Like,
right, yeah.
Again, I don't know why people do some of the things that they do. Again, this is another example. I don't know why you take a meter reader, but it sounds like about $2,200 to fix that.
Yep. It was kind of a pricey item, and I think more of that was maybe just the damage to the stuff too that had to. In talking to the people, the device itself wasn't as expensive, but just the way it was removed and the different things that happened when he took it out of there caused some issues for us. So. Okay.
And so for both of these cases, again, bike theft, what kind of potential charges or ramifications are these individuals potentially looking at?
The first guy, again, just larceny, a misdemeanor. The second one could possibly reach the felony because of the amount of damage that was caused and that kind of stuff. So again, either on one of those is what we're looking to do. But yeah, with the theft per se, it didn't meet felony levels, but with the vandalism part, that could end up being in that. Yep, could put it up there.
And you mentioned it, but I'm just going to put it up on screen here again, just in case anyone needs the information. But again, whether you want to get the reward, remain anonymous, or just be, a good citizen, these are the ways that you can reach out. Whether it's to UNLPD, again, you can call the non-emergency line with LPD. They'll obviously pass along all that information to you guys as well. But again, that P3 app, I think we talked about it last month when we were on, because we were talking about phone numbers and stuff. Just put it on your phone. Just leave it there. It's there if you do ever need it. And instead of not knowing where it is or how to get it, but just have it on your phone. You may have to re-download it if you don't use it after a certain amount of time, however you get your phone settings or whatever it might be. But just a good thing to have.
Yep.
So there was one other thing you wanted to talk about. Again, obviously, it's all good vibes on campus lately, especially with the Huskers 2-0 now, beating Colorado. We're ranked in the top 25. But one thing kind of leads to another, I feel like. And again, when the Husker football team is doing well, ticket prices go up. but that's also leading to an increase
Increase of ticket scams. Yeah, we've kind of seen an influx on campus of people being contacted through social media apps and different things of like, hey, do you need tickets? And then all of a sudden someone's like, yeah, and then they get kind of led down a path of they buy some tickets, and then all of a sudden they send some money out, and then the tickets never show up, and then they're blocked. So, we really want to recommend people, if you want tickets and you don't have them, use a reputable third-party vendor. Or go just through the Huskers.com, to get your tickets that way. But we've had a rise where people are contacted on social media, say, hey, I have tickets available. They don't necessarily specify what it's for. And then the person's like, hey, does it include Colorado? And they're like, sure, it does.
Yeah.
And then they like, okay, well, I want your tickets. And then they offer them at a lower price than what should be. But then a big clue too is they're like, okay, I want you to pay for these, but I want you to pay a separate account. Like that's kind of a telltale sign when they start leading you down a path of, well, why can't I just pay you for the tickets? And a lot of times that leads you to know it's a scam. And if you're ever questioning, you can always reach out to us or just the Husker ticket office and say, hey, I'm trying to buy tickets, and they'll get you some valid tickets, or use a reputable, third party that's a site instead of just going through, because you never know what you're going to get when someone's just outreaching for you. So again, we want people to just be mindful of that, because we've seen an influx of that on campus recently.
And so remind me, I know it's either this year or soon, they're actually not going to be physical tickets anymore. They're all electronic.
I mean, I would say we're probably 90% electronic tickets around the stadium right now. So a lot of it's digital, like that we rarely see any paper tickets down there. So again, it makes it easy for the scam people because they don't have to produce a real ticket to you. They're just like, hey, I have them. You send me the money, and then I'll just transfer them to you, and then they never show up, and you go to reach back out for the person, and all of a sudden they're non-existent, right? You've been blocked, or you just can't find them anymore because it wasn't a real, it was a bot. Something happened that was contacting you. So,
and I know on the other side, because I think Captain Baker and I discussed this probably last season, with the code that are on the physical tickets, scammers, if you're taking pictures of your tickets, hey, look, I got 2 tickets to whatever, and you put it online, that they can actually take that code and somehow duplicate it.
Yeah,
and things
if
they
can.
So that's also something to watch out for.
If you can get the QR, or not QR code, but that like barcode, if they can get it clean enough and pull it, they can try to dump that image on something else to make it look like a reputable ticket, and then it becomes an issue.
Yeah. So again, we want good vibes on campus, so we want to nip this in the bud as quick as we can. So again, if it smells funny, just do your due diligence. Check in. And it quacks like a duck.
Right.
It's probably a duck.
Yep,
so.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, Captain Pembleton, is there anything else again you want to get slipped in here before we let everyone go? I know it's been a busy time for you guys.
Yep, it's busy. If you're coming down, there's a lot of construction around campus with some of the city streets and stuff. So always give yourself time. And if you ever need anything from UNLPD, always feel free to reach out.
Awesome. All right. Well, Captain Pembleton, we really appreciate your time as always, coming in and hanging out with us for a little bit. Appreciate everyone for tuning in and watching. Again, keep it tuned to 1011, both on air and online, for all of your latest news, weather, and sports. And until next time, hope everyone has a nice Wednesday.